What's up, everybody? Welcome to BWT. This is I'm Teddy. We got Jerry and Carl with us today on the show. We're going to be giving you some MVP watch, and we're going to review the standings. And what we're going to do with this show is we're going to be basically giving you highlights throughout the week, predictions through the series, what's going on with transactions, being promoted, demoted, anything like that. And we're just going to give you all the content that we can get, highlights, web gems, home runs, all that. So if you want baseball, this is your show. So we're going to get started with Carl, just introducing yourself. Who's your favorite team and who's your favorite player?
All right, so my name is Carl. I'm a fairly new baseball fan, but I follow a little bit. My favorite team is the Detroit Tigers, and my favorite player is Gohei Otani or Shohei Goatani, however you want to say it. Just make sure you say GOAT within it.
Yep. Jerry?
Yeah, I'm Jerry. I've been a big baseball fan since I was about 5. Started out watching it with my grandfather. Fell in love with the game. Watching Orioles games with him all the time. My favorite team is the Nationals. Unfortunately, we're not quite where we were a few years ago when we won the World Series, but we'll get back there.
Do you have a favorite player in the game right now?
Of course, it's my cousin Josh Hader from San Diego Padres.
Yep, that's right. So you didn't like that Sunday night appearance, huh? Against the Dodgers?
It was one of his rare blown saves this year. He's happy in San Diego. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely having a great season. So we'll get into the standings. So we got the AL East, which, as you guys know, I myself am a Yankee fan. And they're not doing too well right now. We got the Rays at 29-7 in first place. They are 6.5 games ahead of the Orioles, who are 22-13. We got the Blue Jays at 21-14. The Red Sox at 21-15 in fourth, and the Yankees at a solid 19-17 with a bunch of injuries.
Here come the caveats.
No.
He's right. He's right.
I just wanted to be known that this is a very long season. We are only 1 month in, so these standings will flop no matter what. Do you guys have any takes on this division? Any surprises or anything like that?
I'll start. I'm surprised they're at the bottom, to be honest. I think when we did the show on Refuse to Lose, I think I had the Yankees finishing first, I believe. But like you said, it's still early. I are riddled with injuries, excuse me. I'm also surprised at the Orioles. Now, I said that on the other Refuse to Lose show as well. The Orioles always, since I've been watching, had good offense. Their problem to me was consistent and solid pitching. It looks like that is to be fixed so far this year. Congrats to the Orioles at being 22-13 in second place. Just shout out to them. They've been balling so far.
Yeah. Jerry?
For me, I said it from show 1. I had the Orioles actually winning this division. But that was also based on guys like Grayson Rodriguez coming up and really lighting it up, and Gunnar Henderson. But unfortunately, Gunnar Henderson has really not gone off to a hot start. Grayson Rodriguez he shows flashes. He gets some strikeouts, but he's definitely laboring through a lot of games. I still do like the Orioles. My surprise would be Boston starting off as well as they did. I actually had them finishing last.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees, it's not really a surprise to me because they've had a lot of big injuries this year. like Teddy said, it's a long season. They get healthy. I don't see any reason why they won't shoot back up the standings.
Yep. And we got the AL Central. Right now, the Twins are leading that division at 19-16. 2.5 games ahead of the Detroit Tigers at 16-18. The Guardians are 16-19 in third place. The White Sox are 12-24, and the Royals are 10-26 at the bottom. Jerry, you want to start this division off?
Well, I can tell you Detroit would be like 15-10, 15 and 12 if they didn't play the Orioles. I do know that much. No, but really, it's kind of the same thing as it always is with this division for me. Cleveland always seems to start a little slow. I do like them to win this division originally. Tristan McKenzie going down was a big blow for them. I don't know if Sonny Gray can keep up what he's been doing. He's kind of going back to his old days in Oakland when he was really, really good. I don't know if he can keep that for the whole year, but if he does, I do like Minnesota. But I still say keep an eye on Cleveland. Detroit may be one of those teams that hang around for the wild card mid-July, but I know Carl doesn't want to hear this, but I can't see them this year doing it. The rest of the division, the White Sox are a little surprising. I thought they would be better. But right now the division is kind of shaking out exactly the way I kind of saw it.
All right. So to be honest, you saying that we're not gonna make the wild card, I'm not surprised. I mean, to be honest, I had to finish in third. So it's not like I'm disappointed to hear that. I didn't really expect us to make the playoffs. I'm actually really happy with the ball we're playing right now. Javi's been playing better since he's been benched. Riley Green has hit some clutch bombs. Jake Rogers hit some clutch bombs. Eric Haas, oh my God, Eric Haas had a couple. Yeah, so I'm really excited with how we're coming along. We're actually now down 2-0. I just got the notification the Guardians have scored bottom in the 8th. So please, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Please, not Lions. Please, Tigers. Please give me a top of the 9th inning of your life. Because if we lose this, then now we go to third. Cleveland goes to second. I agree with Jerry. I did pick the Guardians to win this division. But and like Jerry said, I'm more so surprised at the White Sox being as bad as they are right now. But there's a long season, like Teddy said earlier, the standings will flop. I'm just hoping my Tigers can survive that. But I'm actually excited on the baseball we've been playing so far.
Yeah, you guys have definitely have surprised me for sure. The White Sox, what is going on? Like, they just can't seem to figure it out, like, ever. They have a solid team. There's no injuries. They're just losing.
Yeah, I can't figure them out. A couple of years ago, they showed promise, and just not living up to it.
I think it was Lance Lynn. He was facing the Rays last week, and he had a perfect game going through 7, and then they let up 10 runs in that inning. Like,
but didn't the White Sox start off slow last year and slowly crept up to the top towards the end of the season? So, yeah, I mean, it could be that. It could just be another slow start. Oh man, so I just like I was saying, I'm really happy with my boys. I wanted to say though, because Jerry made that slick comment about the Orioles. I knew all along y'all was gonna get us, but my pride ain't gonna let me say that. I've been for the 3 years I've been watching so far. When we play the Orioles, for some reason, they just go crazy against us. I don't know what it is, but they just got our number. But I'm not going to let him know that until the series is over. So shout out to them. They did beat us. We won 1 game out of 7. So shout out to them.
Yeah. Oh, we got the AL West now. The Rangers are leading the division at 21-13. The Angels are in second, 20-16, right? The Mariners are 17-18. The Astros are also 17-18. And the Athletics are 8-28, currently down, I believe, 5-1 to my Yankees.
I think
7-2 now.
they're knocking on the door of being probably the worst team in Major League history this year. I think.
Yeah.
The A's, they're a bad ball team.
Yeah. Carl, you got any surprises in this division?
The Rangers being first would be a surprise to some, but not for me. On Refuse to Lose, I picked the Rangers to win this division. So far, I'm looking good.
I remember
The
that.
Angels. The Angels would probably be a surprise to me because everybody says like they got two of the best players in baseball, but it's the others. And so far, it looks like the other. Shout out to the Angels being second. That would be my surprise of the division.
Jerry, you got one?
I'll be honest. I like Texas. I didn't think they would get out to this hot of a start. So to me, they are a bit of a surprise. It's not a surprise that they're in first, but I didn't think they'd start this fast. The Angels, I want to say it's a surprise. It's a pleasant surprise. They're finally winning because we need to see Trout and Ohtani in the playoffs. So
Oh yeah,
that's must see TV. Houston, they got off to a slow start last year as well. I do think the loss of Justin Verlander is probably bigger than people are letting on. He was a bulldog for them. He was a leader.
Yeah.
I do think at the end of the day they'll probably be the top of the division still. I think they got too much talent.
Yeah.
Seattle getting off to a slow start was a little surprising. I really had some hopes for them this year. Still plenty of time though. Like talk about once the weather warms up in June, that's when the contenders separate themselves from the pretenders.
They also lost
so-
Robbie Ray season, so that could be
Yes,
a part of it.
that's huge. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Losing a guy like that.
Yeah.
In the end, I still think Houston will come out on top of this division. I'd like to see the Angels hold on to second. Although I'm just hoping Mike Trout's back holds up. He hasn't played a full season in like 4 years, so so I'd love to see him in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the Astros, but not really considering the injury to Altuve. He's their guy. He's a leader. Bats lead off. He's a veteran. He knows what it takes to win, and that's kind of why, like last year, they started off to that slow start, and then they just picked it up because he picked it up himself, and the rest just followed. And with that addition of Jose Abreu in that lineup, it's kind of crazy to me.
The other thing about Houston, I'm sorry to cut you off, Teddy, that I completely didn't even mention, Luis Garcia going down could be huge if he doesn't come back healthy. But we'll see.
Now we got the NL West, right? So we got the Dodgers leading the division at 21-15. They're up a half a game on the Diamondbacks are 20-15. The Padres are 18-17. The Giants are 15-19. The Rockies are 14-22. This division to me looks exactly how I intended it to look at the end of the season. Probably flip-flopping the Padres and the Diamondbacks. But I mean, that addition of James Outman to replace Cody Bellinger, it's huge. But Cody Bellinger's having a great year right now. He's batting over like 300. He's making more contact than he did when he was in LA. And he said himself, they got no pressure to win 100 games a year in Chicago. So himself, he can just lay back and just play the game the way he used to. And with the shift being gone, that also helps him a lot because he was one of the guys that hits were taken away from him because of the shift. Carl, you got anything? Any surprises in this division?
The Diamondbacks. That would be my surprise. I picked them to finish last. I've originally picked them was flip-flopping between the Rockies and the Diamondbacks to finish between 4th and 5th. But Diamondbacks pleasantly surprised at second place. And just remember that for later in the show.
Yep. Jerry?
For me, it's a couple surprises. One, the Diamondbacks. Man, I thought they were about a year away with that young talent they have, Corbin Carroll and company. they've been a pleasant surprise and been fun to watch. San Diego to me has been just a disappointment. They're my pick to win the division, but you would think their offense would be clicking a little better than it is. Juan Soto, my guy, he has really gotten off to a disappointing start for them. The only person that's really kept them going is Xander Bogaerts, who's been, to me, one of the biggest free agent acquisitions in the offseason so far. He's kind of kept them afloat. Tatis has come back, which has given them some life. So hopefully the Padres will get going here soon. But I had San Diego and the Dodgers 1-2. I'd like to see Arizona stay up there, but everything else is pretty much how I saw it.
So now we got the NL Central, which to me is the most surprising division of them all right now. We got the Pirates leading the division at 21-15 by a half a game, with the Brewers at 20-15 in second. The Cubs are 17-18. The Reds are 14-20, and the Cardinals are 12-24. Carl, I'll let you start this one off. How you feel?
Cardinals. What happened? they just fell off the face of earth, and I don't get it. They have guys in St. Louis. I don't know why they're playing so bad. I guess I would sound like I was quote unquote hater because they beat us Sunday. We won the series. I don't care, but they've been playing bad ball lately. But another pleasant surprise would be the Pirates. I think I picked the Pirates to finish last, and right now they're on top, playing good ball. They extended Brian Reynolds, who was giving bad intel about, but nah, he extended. So I'm happy for him. I actually like him and Key Brian Hayes. So and Mitch Keller has actually been pitching pretty excellent. I think he's like 4-1. So yeah, shout out to the Pirates playing really good baseball.
Jerry?
Yeah, for me, if this show was a week ago, the Pirates to me would have been the number one storyline in baseball. They got off to a hot start, but that 7-game losing streak kind of cooled them off a little bit. Luckily for them, the Brewers went on a 6-game losing streak too, so they still maintain the half-game lead. I'm hoping the Pirates can hold on until O'Neill Cruz comes back.
Yes.
They do have some good young pitching. Keller's been pitching great. He put a stop to their losing streak last night with a gem. I am surprised they're up there because I definitely had them finishing last. St. Louis, to me, they're one of those teams you just kind of shake your head and you have no answers for why they're 12-24. The Brewers, they're even when Josh Hader was there, they're a feisty little bunch. They find ways to win. I think they're a good team. I don't know if Pittsburgh's going to be able to hold on for the whole season. I hope they do. But for everyone's sake, I'd like to see the Cardinals get up there and get going. But they have a long way to go.
Yeah, I think with the Cardinals, it's just their coach. It looks like he doesn't have a grasp of that team right now. And we've been talking in the chats, and Yachty, pick up the phone, or the Cardinals, make that call, please. You saw what he did in the WBC. That was essentially his tryout, and he did great, as far as I'm concerned.
I think this is one of those divisions that are going to be just a few games above 500. 88, 89 wins, and in that case, it gives St. Louis plenty of time to hopefully get someone like Yadier Molina to get something going there. And if they do, I think he can turn it around in time. If they wait till June, July to make that, it's going to be too late to catch up, I think. But then again, I don't think this is the strongest division. So they definitely have a shot if they can get it going soon.
Yep. I definitely agree with you there. The Cardinals can get on a nice little 8-game win streak. They'll be fine. I also need Arenado to figure it out. I don't know what's going on with him. Like, come on, Nolan.
We know he can field.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Field. But yeah, I don't know what happened to his bat.
Yeah. The last division, we got the NL East, with the Braves leading the division by 7 games at 24-11. We got the Mets at 17-18 in second place. The Marlins at 17-19 in third. The Phillies 16-19, and the Washington Nationals are 15-20. Carl, I'll let you start. Sorry about that. Jerry, I'll let you start this division off.
All right, this one, no surprise whatsoever about the Braves. I think from the beginning, I think they're the best team in baseball all around. They're my pick to win the World Series. Max Fried getting hurt does hurt them a little bit, but they do have pitching depth, so I don't think that's going to be a problem for them. My key to them is 2 guys staying healthy, Ronald Acuna Jr., and the other one is Ozzie Albies. He tends to get these freak injuries where he misses months and months at a time. So hopefully those guys can stay healthy, because Matt Olson is tearing the cover off the ball. Sean Murphy. They've got all their young guys locked up for the next 6, 7, 8 years. For really good extensions. I mean, they're locked and loaded for years to come. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this division. I was surprised the Phillies got off to such a slow start, but then considering their pitching is a little down, and Bryce Harper being out, but now he's back, the Phillies have definitely picked it up over the last 3 weeks or so. I did have them finishing second. I do think they're going to still eventually finish second. The Mets, to me, waste of money. I can't figure out. It does not matter who goes to the Mets. They just cannot get lucky and win. Scherzer, like I said, going out with a neck injury. He had that same issue with the Mets a few years back, and it lingered for a good part of the season. So hopefully that's nothing serious and he can get back. But I think I think he's finally starting to wear down a little bit. Verlander coming back is big, but I do like the Marlins' future. They're getting close. My Nationals, though, they're a little scrappy. They're still probably 2-3 years away from realistically competing, but they're going to need some of those young guys from the Soto trade to pan out in the minor leagues. They definitely got a nice haul out of that. C.J. Abrams has been very good at shortstop. Mackenzie Gore has been phenomenal for them. Sonny Gray, who they got in the Max Scherzer trade and Turner trade, K-Bear Ruiz they're definitely showing signs of promise for them. So future looks bright in Washington, still for a few years away, but they're definitely they're not an easy out. They've definitely played everyone tough so far. But I do like still like the Braves to win this division and to win the whole thing.
Carl?
Me, I have no surprises. I think I did pick the Mets to finish first, and Teddy told me Mets are going to Met, and Mets are Metting. So no surprise here. The Braves, I'm not surprised at first. The Braves are a really good team. And Ronald Acuna, he's actually here. I think last year he tore his ACL to start the season or something like that. So he's actually playing. He's playing lights out. So no surprises here with this division. I would like to piggyback off of Jerry and say I've noticed C.J. Abrams has been playing really well as well too. So shout out C.J.
Yeah. I mean, this division is the Braves' division to lose in my eyes. Their team is well rounded. They've been deep in the playoffs the last couple of years, so they have that experience. And the addition of Sean Murphy, tremendous. He's tearing the cover off the ball right now. I mean, he's only hitting .282, but he's got 9 home runs with 28 RBIs. So,
their whole lineup is.
Sounds familiar to a guy that I'm about to bring up.
All right. So, speaking of guys you want to bring up, way too early MVP watch. Who you got, Carl?
All right, so NL, I feel like the obvious NL answer is not the answer I'm going to say because I just want to be a little different. I don't want to say the obvious because I don't want to take away from y'all. So I'm going to go different. I'm going to go out of left field, no pun intended. I'm going to go Christian Walker from Arizona. He's hitting .289, 7 home runs, which is number 7, I think, in the league. He has like 28 RBIs, which I think is also top 10. The Diamondbacks are second in the NL West. Yeah, I think he's the major driving force behind that. I know 289 ain't exactly like, oh my God, MVP, but it's still pretty solid. And I just wanted to show him some love because I've noticed that he's actually been playing some pretty good baseball lately. AL, I know where I'm going with the AL. Go Tani.
Yeah.
Go Tani is the AL MVP. What can't he do? He used to outfield after he pitched. I don't know if he still does it as much. What is he, 4-0 as a pitcher? Dag
Yep.
160.
4-0,
He has 59
2.5.
strikeouts already.
Yeah.
He's still hitting like 301. The man can do it all. And the Angels are second in the division. So I think that's the only reason why I'm not going to go different for this, because obviously Otani is my favorite player. So I'm going to show my favorite player some love. Otani to me is AL MVP.
Jerry, who you got?
Nationally for me, I think it's you know, I'd like to pick someone different, but for me right now, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. to lose.
Yeah.
Um, he's just a five-tool player. He's doing it all right now. Batting 338, 6 homers, 21 RBIs. He's stealing bases right and left. He's throwing people out everywhere in the outfield. Like I said, the only thing that's going to derail him is frequent injury bug. If there was a dark horse in the National League, I'd say someone like maybe like Max Muncy for the Dodgers. He's that's somebody I would possibly pick. But right now, I just until further notice, I got Ronald Acuna Jr. In the American League, for me, I think that's also a no-brainer. Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball, hands down. There's nothing he can't do. He could probably be on a 100 loss team and still win MVP. I just don't know how you can't give a guy an MVP that's a Cy Young contender and hits as well as he does, can play the field. The only other one I would say probably, I would say Matt Chapman, but he cooled off quickly in May from his hot April start. Wander Franco, if you're going to pick someone from the Rays, since they are the best team in baseball right now, I think he's finally starting to come into his own. He was the number one prospect a few years back, and he's really starting to bust out and show what kind of player he really is.
Yeah, for sure. For AL, just like it's a unanimous decision. I'm going Ohtani. He's 4-0 with a 2.54 ERA, 59 strikeouts. Batting 301, 7 home runs, 22 RBIs. Like, you just can't say enough about the guy. He's great. He's one of the best athletes, in my opinion, that we will ever see. NL, I like Acuna, man. I got him for 40-40 watch, 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. He's on pace. He's on pace with the home runs. He's got 6 right now. It's not too much, but once the weather starts getting better, ball starts flying more. So, and he likes that first pitch right out the game. Pitchers always throw that first pitch fastball to him, and he just hits it 450. So, and he's got 15 stolen bases right now. So, he's been one of the ones taking advantage of that that throw over rule. He literally, like, one time he's like, "Oh, two, oh, okay," and then he was on. Like,
takes off.
Yeah. So, and I like your dark horse pick in the NL, Jerry. Max Muncy, even though right now he is batting 210.
Yeah, definitely saw that.
But he's got 12 home runs with 29 RBIs. So he's probably just not. He's just not getting lucky right now. Probably getting hit into hard outs, stuff like that. Because the guy, he's clutch. This dude, he does what he has to do to put that team on his back and just have fun and win the game. You know, that walk-off grand slam that he hit the other day was
amazing.
I wanted to oh, my bad. Can I correct something real quick? I said Christian Walker had 7 home runs. I'm sorry, he was tied for 7th in home runs. He has 9.
Okay.
So Yeah, but I was looking at Max Muncy too. But yeah, my obvious answer for NL, the one I didn't want to say was Ronald Acuna, but I wanted to be different, so I went Christian Walker.
And if this is the first time you see Carl, then you think, oh damn, he's crazy. But no, if you know Carl, he throws out those crazy predictions and they come true. So watch out.
Yeah, and it's way too early. So I mean, I gotta show somebody some love, man. We all see what Acuna's doing, and like I said, that was the obvious answer. But I just wanted to be a little different. That's all.
Yep. And watch out for Luis Arias. I don't think for MVP. Yeah. I don't think for
Put
MVP
him on the
because
Ted Williams watch.
Oh, dude, 414 right now. Mm-hmm. Like he's only got 1 home run with 12 RBIs, but the dude is a hitting machine. Hitting machine.
Hopefully in August, we're talking about that still being up there, and that's a tough one to break. 406, but he definitely hasn't cooled off. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so that's a wrap. Do you guys have anything that you guys want to, like a bold prediction for the year or anything like that?
I don't think I have a bold prediction right now. I know we're gonna see the Nationals next week, though.
Well, luckily for you, it looks like you're gonna not have to face Gore. Sonny Gray, I think we line up to face the last game of the series, so we might get lucky there. But Sonny Gray is a definite win for the Nats against the Tigers.
We're not worried about Gore, Gray, Josiah, none of them. Bring whoever.
Oh, don't worry. I'm 6-1 against you so far. Hopefully, it'll be 9-1 by the time.
That's the Orioles. The Orioles and Nationals are opposite sides of the spectrum.
I know. Hey man, the Nats are kind of like you guys, just gritty, man. Just find ways to win. That's what they're doing right now.
I respect it. I respect after the series though. Like, and before that, it's nothing but trash talk.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you guys next episode.
Appreciate you for having me.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all the next episode.